Nirishan D'Quilla, the keeper. No real animation from them. That's what I'm talking about, though, is that playing with a full face, he looked so good and down the ground early on there. He's played across the front pad and got himself into all sorts of trouble, and that's where what he's done in the past. There we go, have a look. You see they're trying to whip it as opposed to just maybe hitting it through mid-wicket a bit straighter. It did tail in a little bit, so maybe I'm being a little unfair, but it's just something he has struggled with and has to keep concentrating on, telling himself to hit the ball straight.
He seemed to have lost it in this over, Hamilton Masakadza. He seemed to be going at everything. Driving rather loosely outside the off stump, looking to hit it through mid-wicket. He looked so composed earlier on in his innings. Just a big swish outside the off stump, attempting to drive. Just missing it. But take a look at these shots, how good he looked.
Yeah, we'll see it after this delivery. I just think maybe this over is because Chamira's got a little bit extra pace. Malinga's been running in, probably bowling 130 k's an hour. Now suddenly it's up to 140, 145. It's the pace that's proving the undoing. Again, whacks him on the pad on that leg stump line again, just falling over a little bit and maybe trying to play it a wee bit too square. But you're right, he has looked very good, Hamilton Masakadza. That was in the second over. Crunches one through the covers. That, so far, the shot of the day. Magnificent on drive. And there's another one off the front foot this time. Again, the same result. And then an easy pull shot put away off Lasith Malinga. So you're right, he has looked very composed, very structured, very good. And he just needs to make sure that he just sees this over out, not get out. You have your bad patches. Or finish with a boundary. Too full, too wide from Chamira, and this time it finds the middle of Hamilton Masakadza's bat and finds the gap as well. 7 ball, 39 for none.
Well, if you just joined us, Zimbabwe lost the toss, was sent in, and it's a very good start, it must be said, by these two opening batsmen. 39 for no loss. Dean Jones and Russell Arnold with you. And a very windy, blustery day. You hear us talk about this all day, probably, but what a nice shot this was on the up. It tells me how good a pitch it is, and I think it's a 320 pitch. Good morning, Russell.
Good morning, Dino. Wonderful attitude from the batsman, solid in defense. And whenever there is an opportunity, they've jumped all over it.
Oh my God.
Bit of width, or even if it was short of a length, they've been able to dispatch that. Well, I think as a fielding unit, Dino, there's always a chance because a batsman needs to get used to the conditions out there. The wind is a factor. And this pitch can be too paced. So it's very important if someone gets in that he takes on the responsibility. Identify when to change gears.
Well, that's the reason why they lost the last game. That's worth a shout. That is worth a shout. And umpire Gould says yes, indeed. Confirmation. I don't think they're going to review this. It looked pretty well plumbed to me. He's going to go down and have a word to his mate. He said, no, champ, I'm sorry, take a walk. So all of a sudden, they get a wicket.
That's what they were looking for, the Sri Lankans. And it's all about the length. Nice and full. Having another look. There's quite a bit of angle on that. But umpire Gould deciding that Solomon Mere was in front. 13 to him. It's 39 for 1.